What's up, YouTube? My name is Kenny J, the insurance guru, and this is Kenny J TV. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for tuning in to Kenny J TV. Feel free to browse around and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for my latest notification. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to Kenny J TV. As you can see by the background, we're not in a normal shooting space. I did move. Content for that may or may not be out already. I don't know the chronological order of everything that I did record. But in the meantime, I'm shooting in a space in my house until my office/YouTube studio is done, and fingers crossed, it'll be done soon. In this video, we will be talking about how to schedule your day as an insurance agent. I think it is very important to write down your day and plan it out because you will be a lot more productive. I did that since the beginning of starting my agency, writing out, because before working for someone else or working for an agency owner, they give you that schedule of what you have to do. But when you are self-employed or when you are doing your own thing, you have to create your own schedule, because if not, you may get behind or you may not feel as productive. The first tip that I would give is always start with the morning routine. So for me, I wake up, I stretch, I work out, and then I eat breakfast. And while I'm eating breakfast, I listen to motivational speeches. I listen to things that will get me going throughout the day, and I guarantee it works. I heard so many successful business owners saying, I listen to motivational speaking in the morning, or I listen to people that I aspire to be like, and XYZ. I really didn't believe how true that was, but once I started listening to a lot of motivational speeches in the morning, it really set the tone for the day, because even if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you're able to change that and change that perspective of your day with you listening to that positivity. And after I'm listening to the motivational speeches and I've eaten, I may sit down and watch TV for 30 minutes or scroll on my phone, on social media, TikTok, just to get a good laugh before I start my day. So of course, to do all of this before the workday, I do have to wake up pretty early. And being quite honest, I'm not an early bird, but usually I'll try to get up between at the earliest 5 and at the latest 8. My goal is to wake up every day by 6 a.m. It is hard, especially now it being the cold months. I love to sleep in, the bed is warm, but getting up, and once I'm up, I'm very grateful and very happy that I did that, because now my day is 100% more productive. And once I finally get to my computer, as I stated before, my office isn't done. So usually I'm either chilling in the living room or very rarely I'm in the bedroom working. I open up all my systems for my different carriers. I do that because just in case someone calls first thing in the morning needing a quote, I'm not having to say, please hold while I open up my system. Everything should be ready from the second that your doors are open, so your clients aren't waiting. For me, the biggest thing is customer service, following up and communicating with your clients on what's going on. And a big thing for me is, like I said, not waiting. I know how I feel when I go to different establishments and they're not quite together. I don't like waiting when I don't have to. So I want to provide that same service to my clients. And once my systems are up, the next thing that I'm doing, I'm checking emails. Usually every day I wake up, I have about 20 to 50 new emails. And as crazy as that sounds, it's my life. When I first started my agency, I had no emails, or maybe one email from a carrier saying, tune into the training. But now I have emails. I have at least 5 referrals a day that I'm waking up to from different referral partners. And as I always say, it is very, very important to have referral partners, because they will send you business. You're waking up to all the information you need for quotes. You're sending it back to them and binding business all before lunchtime, which is one of my favorite things. So I'm opening my emails, sorting them out, and I honestly need to do a better job of sorting them out first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'll open it and say I'll get back to it and may forget for a day or two. So what I'm starting to do is, once I open the email, I make a note in my CRM or even set a reminder in my phone to contact this carrier or contact this client or whatever it is, so I'm not forgetting and they don't cancel or I don't miss a meeting or anything important. So it is very important to sort out all of your emails in the morning to keep your day as organized as possible. And once all my emails are open, the next step is literally hand in hand with that. I'm viewing all of the new requests that came in. Most of the requests that come in are my email. So they come from my website, hey, I need a quote or a referral partner, and 9 times out of 10, the referral partner, they're sending me emails with all the information for the quote. Very rarely they'll text me, well, not even rarely, more than often, they'll text my business line and say, hey, I need a quote for this person and that person, because I love to give my referral partners options. You don't have to email me, you don't have to text me, you can call me, whatever works best for you. So I'm checking those requests. And I also have to check social media. I've grown my platform around me being an insurance broker, me owning an agency, and I check my direct messages every morning on Instagram and Facebook as well, on my business Facebook page, because I usually have a few requests there as well. And I never want to leave one place off or never forget to check somewhere. So I'm always checking all platforms, whether it's email, my website, or social media, to make sure that I'm taking care of requests first thing in the morning. By lunchtime, all of that should be done. You should have all your follow-up tasks for all the clients. That should be one of the first priorities, because that is an IPA or an income producing activity. And after all that is done and you've reached out to people, you bound the policies, you set follow-ups, you sent emails, text messages, return any of the calls, now I'm doing service work. So service work of policy cancellation, or they need a COI or an endorsement needed. Whatever that service work is, I'm doing that now in this space. It's still in the morning time. After the first portion of my sales have been done, I'm now doing service, because the next most important things to sales is retention. Because if you're selling 10 policies a day, but 5 are going out of the door, you're not growing as fast or as quickly as you think you are. So it's very important to me to retain these clients, do this service work. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of service work, but I know it has to be done. Usually I'll go on Do Not Disturb. I'll let my assistant know, hey, I'm here, I'm doing service work, so if you could just hold down the phones, let them know I'm not available, and take messages. I'll put some music on or put on a good YouTube video, and I'll just watch that as I'm doing the service work. Or I am also following up on service tasks from previous days, whether that's following up with the client again or completing a task that I didn't quite finish the first day, because sometimes service work can take a bit longer than expected, or you may have to do different parts and pieces. So I always want to complete that the next day if it isn't done that same day. People always ask me about service work when they book the calls with me and say, what are you doing mostly with service work? Usually it's requests from my client. They want to add on a car, they want to change their mortgagee clause for their home, they need a COI for their commercial policy, something like that, or they want to make a payment. I have a lot of people that, well, not a lot of people, but I have a good number of people that are not on auto pay, and I would say set the standard up front to have all of your clients on auto pay so you're not chasing them down every month. So what I'm doing now, even with cancellations, if one of my clients they cancel or they lapse due to non-pay and they try to reinstate, I tell them you have to pay in full in order to be put back on my book, because I can't keep doing this. It's costing me more money than me actually making from the policy. And I'm setting that standard with my clients, so now they know I need to be on auto pay or I need to pay in full, just because that saves me a lot of time while I'm doing service work. And after I've gotten to a good point with the service work, now it's time for lunch. I close my laptop, let my assistant know I'm going to lunch, do not disturb, turn off my phone, and I just check all the way out. Unless I have a really big deal, like a few days ago, I had this huge deal that I just closed, and he was like, I'm gonna give you a call back in 20 minutes, and I was going to lunch. I had my phone on, I had my laptop on, and I had my assistant on standby, because I needed to close that deal ASAP, and I didn't want him to wait because he's a very high-end client. So I had to go ahead and get that done. But usually I'll check out, turn on YouTube or a TV show if I'm watching something on Netflix, or even watch TikToks. I may call like a friend or something, but I'm not doing any work. It gives my brain time to recharge, to take a break, and just enjoy the day. I may go outside, take a walk, but make sure that in the day while you're working, you do take time for yourself. Because what I did at the beginning, of course, I was, working for someone else, so I had that time for lunch. I had that designated time that I had to go to lunch. When you're working for yourself, you're in the mud, you're getting out of the mud, you're working hard, but you have to remember to take time for yourself because you will get burnt out, and that is not what you want to happen when it is your business. So take time for you, even if you feel like you're neglecting the business. It's only 30 minutes, it's only an hour. Make sure to take that time out for you because mental health is very important and you want to have your sanity while you're running your business. After lunch, the next thing I'm doing is checking the emails, checking any requests, touching base with my assistant to make sure that I didn't miss any calls, and I'll check my emails to make sure there aren't any new requests, and sometimes there are, so I'll work on that. And once I get to a good spot, I'm going on Do Not Disturb again, and then I'm making content. I have to make content. Content is a big part of how I grew my platform and how I grew my business, and I receive a lot of leads every month, every week from content. So that is a very important part of my business day. The average insurance agent isn't blocking off time in their day to record content, but I have to. And especially with the break that I had in late 2022, I took a break from content because I was moving and some other things were going on with the house and I didn't have a place to record. So now I'm making it an obligation, a priority to record at least one piece of content every day so I can keep my pipeline or my vault full of content for you all, because I do enjoy content, but I enjoy even more interacting with you all, and the amount of support and love that you show me is completely incredible, and I really do appreciate you all for it. So I do cut out time to record content. Think about it. If you think, oh my God, I don't have time to do content, 30 minutes a day will get you exactly where you need to be. So take that 30 minutes, write down content ideas, record or even edit content, and I promise you, you will have more than enough content to post every day, every week, however you're posting it, you will have enough content. After the content is done, the next thing I'm doing are meetings and calls. So any type of meetings that I schedule are usually in the afternoon, unless it's very important that I need it to be in the morning, just because I'm up, I'm refreshed, my blood's going, I'm ready. So I do meetings in the afternoon, and what those meetings usually consist of are meetings with my carriers, any trainings that they may have that I feel like would be beneficial to me, as well as a lot of life insurance meetings happen in the afternoon because that is the best time for me, unless they're at work and they need to do in the morning or evening. I'm very flexible. And then I also meet with my accountant during that time as well to go over numbers, profit and loss statements and things like that. He teaches me a lot. He's amazing. He's a great accountant. I put on a few of my subscribers to him. He's very integral, very honest. So if you all ever need an accountant for your business, reach out to me and I would definitely plug you in with him. He's a great guy. And I plan to have him on my channel to do pretty much an interview to show you that side of running a business, because for the longest, I didn't really understand it. And I think it is very important as a business owner to understand the tax side, the bookkeeping side, because you have to keep your office clean on the back end and the front end as well. The last thing that I'm doing for the day is I'm finishing any unfinished task or tasks that need to be done, any last minute requests that came in, talking with my assistant about any content, thumbnails or graphics or marketing material that I need. All that is happening at the end of the day, and also planning out my next day, planning out that schedule. What are some important things that I need to do in my business as well as my personal life, and schedule that out. So in the morning, I'm not running around figuring out what I need to do. Everything is written down for me, and you want to make it as easy as possible for the next day. Make every day flow right into the next one, and you will have a lot less stress. And that is how I schedule my day as an insurance agent. Of course, every day does not look like that, but that is what my day looks like if I am in an admin type day. Those are days that I don't really record as much. I usually record when I'm going to networking events, meeting with clients, working at a coffee shop or a co-working space or something in that nature. That is more what I record. But a lot of my days consist of what I listed, and I get a ton of things done. If you're in the insurance industry, how are you scheduling your day, if you're scheduling it at all? And if you do not schedule your day, how does that go for you? Do you just have it all in your mind? Do you feel that you're productive? Or are you going to take some tips from the video and apply that to your business? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Kenny J TV. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for my latest notification. We are dropping videos every week. We're back at it. Every week, baby, we dropping videos. Again, my name is Kenny J, the insurance guru, and this is Kenny J TV.